Bianca Gascoigne has told Sky News how she was groomed and assaulted by Mohamed Al Fayed as a teenager while working at Harrods. She's revealing her abuse for the first time, having never told her parents, Paul and Cheryl. The model says that shame and embarrassment stopped her from saying anything at the time, but now she wants to speak out so other women can come forward. She's been speaking to my colleague Sarah J. Mee and a warning that the next report contains descriptions of sexual assault, which she may find distressing.
Bianca Gascoigne was just 16 when she landed a job at Harrods. Fresh from school, she'd been to the store on shopping trips with her parents, former England footballer Paul Gascoigne and her mum, Cheryl. She saw it as her ticket to becoming a fashion buyer. But she says soon after she started reporting directly to Mohamed Al Fayed, the grooming began.
He used to tell me how much of a bad father my dad was, because he used to come into the store drunk, and he used to tell me that he was an embarrassment, that I should look to him as a father figure, that he could rely on me. And yeah, I felt a false sense of security with him early doors, because I used to go into the store with my mum and dad, and he used to come over, be very charming, you know, bring us gifts, very personable. So I literally felt quite safe in his presence early doors.
From that point on, it got worse for Bianca. She says during their weekly meetings, he would grope her, force her to kiss him. She says she felt trapped and frightened. And one night, Al Fayed offered her the Harrods Park Lane apartment to stay in before an early work flight.
He turned up at the apartment, to my shock. I just couldn't believe it. I was just gobsmacked. I was kind of very shell-shocked that I just didn't really know what to do, apart from, you know, he came in and then he sat me down on the sofa and was obviously very forceful with, you know, the touching and the kissing. And I don't know how, but I managed to wiggle away. And I think possibly, you know that him knowing my parents, where I was working to someone so closely to him, maybe, I don't know, that might have saved me at that moment, but it was horrific.
Bianca recently had a daughter, and seeing other victims come forward, she felt she wanted to add her voice to empower victims of sexual assault. Bianca knows how difficult it is. She hasn't told anyone her story in 22 years. No one in her life knew what was going on, not even her mum and dad. She says the shame stopped her.
I was trying to deal with what I was dealing with, what was going on, because it was just so horrific. And I just didn't want to lose my job at that point. And he told me if I would say anything that I would lose my job. So I just really, you know, got scared. And at 16, turning 17, I just, you know, you think you know what's going on at the time, but you really don't. Like, I look back now and just feel very sorry for my 16-year-old self and wish I could protect her. I feel like I have to do this, and I want to do this, and I want to stand for the women and, you know, and just hopefully make any kind of change that in the future that my daughter wouldn't have to go through something like this, and it would be spoken about, and these predators wouldn't be able to get away with what they're getting away with.
Sarah J. Mee, Sky News.
In a statement, Harrods has said, "We are utterly appalled by the allegations of abuse perpetrated by Mohamed Al Fayed. These were the actions of an individual who was intent on abusing his power wherever he operated, and we condemn them in the strongest terms." We also acknowledge that during this time, his victims were failed, and for this we sincerely apologise. While we cannot undo the past, we have been determined to do the right thing as an organisation driven by the values we hold today, while ensuring that such behaviour can never be repeated in the future.